A Mercari customer that purchased a pair of shoes that I gave her a half price. They're over $500. I gave it to her for $250. I sent them out on Friday. She says, hey, I used PayPal and that's the wrong address. Finally get UPS, and UPS says that they can't change the address where it's going to, but I can intercept the package and have it sent back to me. So I said, okay, fine, let's do that. They're like, sure. That's $25 though. So now I reach out to her and I say, well, I'm going to have to cancel the order and you're going to have to buy it again plus $25. And she's like, oh, it's no big deal. Just let it go to where it was going. It's my parents' house. I said, you could have told me that it was your parents' house before I intercepted the package. So now I have to call UPS again and I say, can we cancel that intercepted package? Then they tell me that they can't do that. It's going to take a week to get to me and then another week to go back to her. Next, I sold a bag and I can't find it for the life of me. I've looked everywhere and I was supposed to ship that out today. I tore my house apart looking for it. I'm still looking for it. I don't know where it is. I'm like, hey, all right, just go and get the rest of your sales to the post office and to UPS, right? So I get the Uber. So they pick me up here. Then they have to take me to USPS. Then they have to take me to UPS and then back home. I get in the car. We drop off at the USPS. Then, I see that he's taking me back home. I'm like, no, you're supposed to take me to UPS. And he's like, no, I don't have it on my thing. And I'm like, well, I have it on my app. And I show him the app. And my app says he's got to make another stop. And he's like, well, I don't have it. You can add it, but then I have to pay more. And then that's when I happen to notice that I'm paying $40 for this cab ride that's going to take me 2 miles, okay? So I'm like, great. I'm like, just leave me at my house. So then he leaves me at my house. Then I get into it with Uber, whatever. I sent him a notice. I said, he didn't take me where he's supposed to take me, and your app was messed up. And so they give me $40 in Uber credits. You think that's where the story would end, right? I look onto my bank account, and I notice that, not only did they charge me the $40, which they gave me Uber credits for, but I have 2 additional charges of $32 and $34, all from Uber. So they charged me 3 times. The app glitched. I got charged over $105 to go 2 miles. I get Uber on the phone. Please, quiet on the set. I get Uber on the phone. And, the woman's like, well, that's your bank. Your bank usually holds, I don't know, they do a hold or whatever. I'm like, they don't do a hold for 3 times the amount that Uber's for. Are you out of your mind? And so then she's like, trying to fucking, what is the word? Backwash me, brainwash me, fucking, whatever it is, that fucking gaslight me. She's trying to gaslight me and try to make it sound like, oh, this is normal and they're just going to drop off at any time. I'm like, they're not dropping off. So 2 hours later, they still didn't drop off. To call Citibank and now make this whole thing like a fraudulent thing, and then they have to ask you all these questions. And it's like, have you ever had a relationship with this person? I'm like, with the freaking Uber? Did I ever fuck an Uber driver? No. I don't have any relationship with anything with Uber. What's it fucking talking about? I have to call another, I called the Lyft this time because then I still have to drop off my UPS package, right? I ended up venting to the Lyft driver, and I said how horrible my day was. And he's like, well, it could never have been more horrible than mine. He says his wife left him, took the kids, and emptied out his entire bank account because they had a joint account. This is why I tell people don't get a joint account. I'm like, you got me beat. I'm like, well, why don't you call a lawyer or something? He's like, well, I have $30. I've never been married. That's because I'm smart, right? She kidnapped the kids. And he's like, no, but she's the mother. You don't get in trouble for that. And I'm like, yes, you do. In America, you do. And he's like, really? And I said, yes, it's kidnapping. You have to call the police. She kidnapped your kids. Parker! Because the guy was so distraught. He didn't even know he wasn't going to do anything. He was just going to be like, okay, I guess this is my life now. I'm like, that's not your fucking life. You have to fight, motherfucker. Go get those kids. Hopefully he takes my advice and he files a police report. He's not very much of a fighter, I could tell. Poor guy. I feel bad, but I said, what'd you do? Did you sleep with his sister or something? I don't ever want to be married. Thank you very much.